Why do I have my YouTube channel? Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and as you can tell with today's video title, it's going to be a little bit different. So earlier last week, got this question. Somebody was intrigued of why am I making videos? Why am I being persistent with videos? Because of the few subscribers and the few views. So I actually think this is a very good question, and let's just go ahead and jump into it. So if you're new here, thanks for joining us. This is what we do. We do micro videos, very small, compact, very precise topics. So there's actually a lot to unpack here. So if you are new, you see that there are thousands, literally thousands of videos. I think today's video is going to be 1013, 1012, something like that. So what I want you to think about is that is 5 years of me problem solving. So I also come from small business owners. So I'm 46 now. My parents have owned their own business for 46 years. And every single person that I have met that is doing anything well, they have been doing it a very long time. And the thing that I hear, and I think it's a Thomas Jefferson quote, the harder I work, the luckier I am. Well, that's a little bit misleading. Practice. Things you don't have any problems, you're quote unquote luckier. You have fewer problems the more work you do, quote unquote harder you work. So what I want you to think about is these 1,000 videos that I have. These are 1,000 problems, and typically there's subsets of problems. But the reason why I continue doing this, and I'll also speak to why I started doing this, is I learned something every video. Either I needed to learn something, or I stumbled across a lesson, or I was asked to solve a problem. So each of these lessons, I got smarter. So in turn, I'm getting luckier. I'm learning more. I mean, this channel catapulted me into the things that I have going on now, which I never would have thought. Courses on 2 separate platforms, the job that I have currently, the lessons that I have learned. So let me actually speak to why I started this channel. I learned a great time ago, 15, 18 years ago, that when and I believe it's everyone, but I'm going to speak to me, when I began teaching a subject, I became better at said subject. And first I learned it in a warehouse environment when I was teaching these certain tasks, behaviors, and as I was doing it, I was verbalizing my actions. So I would have an inkling of, oh, that's exactly why I did that. So then after about the 15th aha, I went, I need to spend more time teaching these subjects that I'm just learning, because then it reinforces and it becomes a part of me. So when I started learning Python, I think it's now 10 years ago, I tried to figure out the fastest way for me to be able to teach people. And what came to mind was kids. So my children at that time, I had one in 4th grade and one in 6th grade. So I started volunteering at their schools, teaching Python to kids. They didn't know anything. So if I made a mistake, they wouldn't know. So after I did that for a few years, that reinforced my Python, my knowledge. And what I didn't realize is it was reinforcing problem solving. I can teach anybody loops and strings and lists. But what you want to take away from this is problem solving. So I have spent 5 years, almost 6 now, problem solving. So as I was building my repertoire and my ability with Python, I was building up the nerve, and a few videos I spoke to my middle son, encouraging me to start YouTube. So then after I got up the nerve to start, I realized this was going to force me to practice and learn and problem solve. So as I was going, because I was having a very hard time forcing myself to come up with a project or constantly learn something new. Well, if I was going to have a lesson plan or a video for the day, I better start doing research. So I made this bigger than me. So there was actually a time, I think after about a year or 8 months, I can't really exactly remember, I made the commitment that I was going to make a video a day. And boy, that was hard. But it became bigger than me. So it forced me to sit down, make a plan, while working, while raising a family, while having yard work, all of these things. And it challenged me to think, plan, and execute. And that is why I continue to do it, because that's how I got started. It continues to challenge me. I'm now helping others, but if there's anything you're going to do and you want to do it well, it's going to take years and years and years and decades to perfect whatever you want to do. Like I stated at the beginning, my parents have been in business for 46 years, and I hear them talking every day how they're continuously learning something. So if I'm doing this for 5 years, that's what I compare this to. And I've been employed with my employer for 22 years. And I think about what I've learned in the past, these evolutions that I have. And for this 5 to 6 year period that I've been on YouTube, I would equate that I still know nothing compared to those two timetables. So I know this is a very long-winded explanation, but though it is a very deep reasoning and answer of why I do YouTube. I do it for a plethora of reasons. Most of them are all selfish, but I want to speak to this. If you're going to do something, do it to do it well, and don't do it for the money. If you're doing it for the money, you're just going to go round and round and round. It's a managerial technique. Be careful what your incentives are and what your goal is. I want to learn Python. That's the reason for this channel, and that's it. And more than likely, I will succeed, but it's going to take time. So I want this to take 10 years to grow, so it can take 10 years to collapse. So that's 20 years right there. So I'm 5-6 years into it. I know that I get up every day, and I plan, and I think, and I problem solve. That's what I do. Everything else will work its way out. So please, if you've not dropped down below to join the Discord server, please do that. And if you have any more questions, please go ahead and also put that down in the comments. And if you've not given this video a thumbs up, go ahead and do that for me. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.